give the other two captains a bit of, and the earlier crew a bit of, interesting things to happen.
Wonderful, excellent. All right. Do we have how many ships do we have out on the water right now? Not including the two that we're about to send.
None, I believe. Those are the two that are heading out now.
All right. Estimated time?
Next 5 to 10 minutes, I believe.
No. How long is the deployment time?
2 hours.
2 hours, sir.
2 hours? Oh, all right, excellent. How are things looking with the shore leave vessels? Have we constructed these yet? I believe the Admiral commissioned the first one. What about the next one?
They could use my diplomacy ship.
I did suggest this actually, yeah. So we do need to get this underway now that we've started paying the men as well. We need to start getting these shore leave operations going. I think we can do it in 2 waves. One, we can do the overnight deployment, so we can send, ship goes out, they have a little bit of shore leave, ship returns the next day, and then are there any plans in already set for general shore leave?
Currently, not much just yet, including like could use more people in the mine.
Hello, Captain. Yeah. Quick question. Do you know where I could find an instructor by chance? I am trying to resign from the Navy at this point. I have, yeah, that's where I just came from. I don't even know where the hospital's at.
Good morning. You have an operation going. Your ship is waiting for you. Yep, 2 ships already ready when you are. Thanks. He was at the parade guard, Commandant Kinsley, a second ago, sir.
Okay.
I'm gonna just head over there and he can sort you out, okay?
Just I can use a med kit, you know.
Have you spoken with Secretary Angry and such? Okay, good. I think it's kind of supposed to be for today. So we're basically doing this Operation Hornet's Nest thingamajig. I've got a crew ready for you. I have a crew on my ship. So the assigned patrol was actually to go C3, D3, then up into D2. But unfortunately, due to my time restraint, I need to be back within 2 hours. So Yeah. As we say, so we'll probably just go, maybe like C3, D3, and then kind of just see how far we get, basically. But yeah, Puffins and Bows are aware that we've got a 2-hour time limit, so yeah, I believe so. Miss Drake has been successful in her officer application to ensign. So I've assigned her as your lieutenant. So she should be getting the ship ready.
I believe your ship is actually ready. I think Miss Drake has sorted it all. Me and Secretary Bose are just looking all the island for you. So you should be back soon.
The issue with West.
Hi, Bobby, yes. We can fill you in on the operational plan.
I need to do.
Yeah, but we need to do another one.
I put extras in there. It's all good. I also switched out like half of these freaking wood types for one stack.
Ah, good.
Make it easier for account because.
Thank you very much.
Good news, we have a Captain Smythe. Nah, we just need a second.
Hey, some.
Pardon, what was that?
I got it.
There's a plank on the keel that hasn't even been repainted yet.
Do the double check, guys.
Hello, Captain. Yes, sir. Crew's all assigned, sir. They just finished going over, making sure everything was paired. They found several things were paired. She's also ready and stocked. I stocked a little extra to do the. No. You want interns? Yes. I can get some, I think. You have 6 cannoneers and 2 bosuns. Myself and the secretary were on top deck cannons. They should be in the intern house, though I think you need money to be able to pull them out. I'm not sure. I've never used it. I can go try and get someone then. You want 4 interns it? Nice, sir.
Yes, sir. I believe positions have all been assigned. We need some coal.
Hey, sorry.
Well, we probably need coal as well, so coal to actually light the thing first. Or no, it's wood, I think. Is it coal or wood to set off the ball heater?
It is coal, sir.
Oh,
There should be 100 in the resource box.
Right, 50 coal going up.
Do we have a smithy aboard, or can I repair my hammer real quick?
You
You can do that in your pocket. Go to the resource box at the back of the berth, grab out the resource you need and repair it in your pocket.
Yeah.
I had no idea I was actually live. I'm sorry about that if there's anyone there. Sure.
Alright, who are on the large cannons?
I was.
Where's our bow? There it is.
You take the rear cannons on the top deck.
Aye.
One of them, anyway.
Someone needs
Who
a
was
can.
the other?
Cool. Me.
I'm the medic. Am I?
Elby, you.
Yes, Mr.
Alright, then you can. No, the rear.
Aye.
You'll also. If
This
the
is a
ship catches
nightmare.
on fire.
Isn't. Why can't I find any stars?
Ship stopped with food.
Everybody got buckets on them, yeah.
Answer.
Excellent. As I said, other than the secretary, if you're finished what you're doing, line up on the port side. So, not got people spread all over the place, and I can see that everyone's done what they should be doing.
Those on the gun deck, come up top deck, port side, line up.
We'll be good to go, secretary. If they're good across there, is Sharp still sorting out? Is he? Okay, you've done this before, but just for peace of mind, everyone pull out their buckets, please.
Big job.
Okay, excellent.
There's only 10 on the list.
And hammers.
Who's?
I don't recall. I put you some
Excellent, excellent.
spike
Good
shots
job.
in their shop.
Put them away.
They're really good for.
Do we have any medics chained? I know there's none on. Okay.
I signed.
I didn't see an M next to or anyone's name on the sign out board, and I saw B for bosun.
I'm not officially part of the medical staff, sir, but I do have medical training.
Oh, that's okay.
I didn't see your name in there.
Sorry, sir.
I think.
But we're it's gonna be. You aware of the operation?
Yeah. Had a quick update by Captain Sharp, so I think it was C3D3 who's looking to go. I said I'll follow his lead. Just see what's out there.
Okay, excellent. All right.
Excellent.
Just make sure we are most likely gonna be encountering fire, so just be aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Right. Also, if you're, if you kept this on fire, make sure to put him out of fire. It's very important.
Yeah, yes, please.
Hey, secretary, you gonna give us some chain shot?
What do you mean? They want spike shot?
You're gonna be.
Spike shot. That's what I meant. Spike shot.
Yep, some.
We may want to make
Sign
sure all
here.
the cannons are loaded and we restock cannonballs before we leave.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay then. Okay.
Did you want any extra swords and grapple hooks stored in the box down below in case people pass out and lose their equipment? I have 5 swords and 4 grapples on me.
Well, yes. If you got some spare on you, that'd be useful just in case.
It's been an issue that's happening. People pass out and their stuff goes flying off the ship.
Oh
All
God.
they're stuck with is their clothing at best.
Maybe in case if anyone feels they're gonna that way, they drop it before they collapse. Maybe see if we can get that to work.
Perhaps.
Pick it up.
Be a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Can test it with something. Drop a bag of something we don't care about losing. See if it stays on the ship when the
Yeah.
ship is moving.
No, if you got anything, yeah, feel free to add that into the box. That'd be great.
Alright, we'll do so.
We have 20 spikes. We have 20 spike shot.
Let's double check.
Spike shot is the real boom boom.
Oh, spike shot. Maybe top deck cannons. What do you think? Do you think top deck cannons would be good for the spike?
Yeah, no, 100%. You do not put spike shot on the cannon deck for love of all that's gone holy.
Yeah,
You good,
do it,
Captain
do
Sharp?
it, Put it on the cannon deck.
No, I'm not doing that shit again. I learned that the hard way, you dick.
Okay, well,
Private joke from testing in London.
Right.
I shall explain spike shot on the way, since I actually have experience with it.
No, I think.
It hurt like it.
HMS Lancer's good to go.
Water broad.
Alright, crew, I think it's free to stand down.
okay, let's head out.
Right.
Who checked the larder and food situation here?
There's food in the bag.
Have we got food, have we? Yeah.
Yeah, we got muffins and baked potatoes.
Oh, it's a healthy ship, this one.
But we'll have plenty of stocks.
Right, it's fine, it's fine. Just be careful
The
with
issue
your
is no one knows where the rations are, sir, so we can't have emergency rations on the
Understood,
ship.
understood. Right, everyone, dismissed. So, Captain Smythe, what is our route?
Speaking to Sharp, he wasn't quite sure obviously with the timings, but we're looking at C3, D3.
We're not doing D2?
Time permitting.
Understood.
May not even get out of this sector, knowing the way things are.
We'll see. I will explain spike shot for the crew, and you might want to listen into this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, all crew, stand near the lieutenant's podium. Right. This is going to be a very quick and very brief explanation of spike shot. Also known as, oh god, this thing is ticking down, it's going to go boom. Pretty much, this is ammunition type that will stick to the surface it is fired upon. So, say for example, you fire this and it hits the helm of the ship, it will stick there for a couple of seconds and then explode. Now, if you get hit by spike shot, you have a chance to defuse it by easing into it. However, if you don't think you can reach it, don't try it because it hurts like hell. Now, another point. Do not, under any circumstance, load spike shot into the gun deck, because if that gets stuck on your gun port, it will explode on your own gun port and hurt like hell again. Therefore, it is recommended that spike shot is only used on top deck and when the captain insists it to happen. But pretty much with the spike shot, you want to aim for damaged planks, planks that have received damage before, sails, helm, anything else that would, like, if it went down, that's a massive hindrance. So choose your shots wisely and just imagine that you just stick it onto it and it's good to go. Try and hit it in places where they can't easily reach it. Any questions?
No.
No, sir.
I'm assuming spike shot will be rolled out into war games once we have more of a supply to it. For example, for this voyage, we only have 20. But because it's only going on top deck, that's not too bad.
Will it pull it directly from the supplies, or do we have to have it in our pocket?
It will load it from the supply box. It will load it from the ammunition box. It is not like heated shot.
Aye, thank you.
Unless ordered otherwise, you shouldn't be switching on the gun deck, so it should be fine. Captain, your top decks are currently loaded with cannonball.
Okay, yeah, top decks probably swap over onto on a bar shot, but we'll see. Just be prepared for that quick change if needed. Who who hasn't sailed with me before? Then probably most of you, I would think. Well, no, obviously Drake has. Okay.
I have not either, sir.
Have you been? I'm assuming everyone here's been out on a ship before, though. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
Never can tell.
Very hard to remember which ship I have been.
Yeah, so every captain's different. Feel free to talk amongst yourself, walk around the ship and stuff. But obviously, when things start to kick off, just expect that professionalism that you've been trained already. Just listen out, listen to the bosuns. The only voices you should hear are myself, my lieutenant, lead bosun, and obviously the secretary, if required.
I
Okay.
will rarely talk if there's a fight happening. As that when it comes down to the captain and the lieutenant. In this case, that is Miss Drake.
If you are on a gun port and it is on fire, jump off your cannon and put your fire out. Okay. There's potentially going to be a lot of fires. We can't expect the bosun to be doing those and also fixing the ship. Okay. Does everyone understand that? So just put the fire out and get back onto your position ASAP.
Hey, Captain.
When was it standard practice to put spare cannons on the ship?
Well, they're not taken out. There was a boat. There was a.
You have a chest back here, which is I think your repair supplies, which has 5 planks, which doesn't have 5 planks and 5 gunboats. It has 4.
Because I have it in my pockets, Secretary.
No, there was meant to be one of the harbour workers last night was meant to be checking the ship, giving a once over, and they did ask for anything to be removed, which wasn't needed, which obviously would have been.
You don't have a sword. You don't have a sword. There's 5 swords in the box as well.
Yeah, no, Drake was kind enough to drop some of those in.
Okay.
Because of the issue of people passing out and losing their equipment.
That
Or
makes
at
sense.
least have
Also
weapons in
'cause-
case they need to fend off borders.
Yeah, especially if they then wake up and don't have any of the belongings, they can quickly grab a sword. That actually makes perfect sense.
Right.
I was just saying actually.
Is to, in case they fall overboard, you've got something to grab.
Do the interns have payment? Is the next question.
They
They
do
should
not,
be
but
okay.
they won't mutiny for another 17 hours, so it's just a case of when you get back, someone please put money on the ship.
Aye, sir.
They're going to take a lot of money to get out of that. And I think these ones are asking for gold, so...
They
Wait, no, this
might
one's a
be,
silver.
they might not be. No, they just need 23 silver, it's just they're being picky and only demanding gold, but they're not actually, they'll take silver.
Might have to put something to weight. Drake. Sorry, Drake. Do you have flares?
Aye, sir, I do.
Okay, good. Secretary, do you have flares?
The dies to change the
I
colour as
have
well.
10 green flares, but I can easily split them up and use that if
Okay.
needed.
No, that's fine. I've got some as well. It's just handy to know who's got them.
I have flares if you want some, sir.
Oh, excellent.
It's fine, honestly.
Alright.
Obviously, just make sure you're keeping a 360-degree lookout at all times. If someone wants to go in the crow's nest, feel free. Obviously, things we'll be looking out for is a combination of ships, different descriptions, but if you see 2 or more close together, then certainly call those out. And also identify the sail colour correctly before you shout black or any other. It works both ways, of course.
we went out with Captain Flemington last night and were attacked by a pirate schooner.
Oh god. No, schooner would be a bit of a mismatch, to be honest, wouldn't it? But
I don't think they saw our flags right until they were on top of us.
those medium cannons we have on board, so we've got 4 of them. I think they're just basic, aren't they? Probably just launch them over the side to give us a bit more weight back.
We could. Let me have a look. The 4 cannons that are in here are 105. There's actually
Oh,
you've got
okay.
2 that are 107.
Okay.
The best cannon so far.
Yeah.
Better hold on to those.
If you want, I'll toss the 105s though.
My children
Yeah.
that I made them.
Is that a yes to tossing the 105s?
Yeah. Get rid of those 2. Give us a little bit back.
Yep. I would just like to remind everyone that no one is telling Master Blackwater of what happens here, otherwise he will shoot you in the face.
Aye, sir.
I don't
Leaving
know
it
what
out of
you're
the
talking
report.
about, sir.
My cannons.
Redact it. Redact it all.
It's nothing to see.
I'm going to see the nightmare about those cannons lost. My hard work have been thrown into the ocean.
Alright, moving on, test that.
It's either a couple of older cannons or a ship, you know? It could make the difference.
Yeah, the couple, but all the cannons that I have made, they are my children's, you know.
Yes. Don't throw your children overboard.
Feels so bad already. Even every cannonballs that goes missing from the pirate vessel will going to be also missing.
And speaking of excess weight, assuming no one's got their pockets full of stones or fiber or anything like that.
Have paperwork or keys on them? Of course not. I'm not
Who
here.
would ever have keys on them, sir?
You don't have keys on you?
No, sir. Why would I carry keys, sir?
Good. Anybody else got keys on them?
You know, one thing about the Navy is being honest and
Oh, fuck.
What? Okay, so
honest.
what did you accidentally toss?
Something I was going to use for testing. It was something that had to get tossed anyway.
Mister, please tell me you're not doing drugs.
No, I'm not doing drugs.
Thank you. And no one has Navy paperwork on them, including the handbook.
No, sir.
No, sir. I don't believe so, sir.
You want to check before you say anything more, Mr. Webster?
I need someone to help me with some science.
Aye,
I
Mom.
need to be knocked out.
Are you below deck?
No, I'm on top deck.
Who has a blackjack or a mace?
No, not like unconscious, like knocked out. Wake up in a bed, not knocked out.
Oh.
I've got some fiber in my pockets that's split into like stacks of 1.
Oh my.
And we already have a mutiny in the ship.
I'm not even going to ask what's going on. The secretary's in control there.
I believe there's a test going on regarding getting.
Nothing happened.
So the fiber stayed. Okay, it's just random when stuff disappears. That's.
No, there was a tea time earlier on, which is why you didn't have a bag.
All right.
That's fixed now.
You may lose your stuff. You may not lose your stuff. Good to know.
Is everything all right? I heard a bunch of.
Don't worry about it. Go back up.
Oh, okay.
Nothing happened.
There's nothing to see here, just hear it. And just to answer your question, Secretary, and to prove to everybody that mistakes are made, yes, I do have keys on me. Because I was rushing.
Ammo did I pick up
Captain
earlier?
Smythe, I swear to God. Right. If we are sunk, you had to toss that shit overboard instantly.
What, the keys?
Yes.
I'll be tossing myself overboard, so it'll be fine.
Doesn't matter. They will salvage. Every single ship that's been sunk has been salvaged instantly. So fucking toss your keys. And the paperwork.
Well, I've only got my captain's log and there's not much in there because this is like the third time I've been out this deployment. So
that.
No, they're not going to get anything from it.
You'd be around more often.
Well, I've been around. It's just there's been no people because all the ships have gone out in between. So it's just bad timing, unfortunately.
Listen, I remember. Listen, the last time we sailed together into a pirate, into anything involving the pirates, I distinctly remember PTSD. That famous battle coined the term "shotgun brig" that was turned into the popular song.
Yes,
Shotgun
yes.
brig. That was hell. That was actually hell. I was the only person to fucking survive that shit. Oh my god, and the wind is awful. Please just. Yep. You good?
It's me.
Who are you talking to?
Jiggling of the sails is me.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm okay, yeah.
It's an issue when I'm on the podium with the captain sometime.
Why are we going this way?
I don't know. Ask the ship.
Get close enough so I can ask them.
I was just checking the southern shimmer. You'll probably go up towards the Freeport and back down again, I would assume, if you want to go C3. That old zigzag. Yeah, this ship's slightly heavier, so not quite as fast as Sharp's. This is probably better salted than mine as well. So is everybody on board? Have you been in a pirate battle yet?
Aye.
None of those. No.
Yes.
Okay. No, most of us.
I only see the pirate ship, but they're not willing to fight at all. It was all the diplomatic talking.
Well, that's no fun, is it?
No, of course not.
Um,
And all the pirate battles happen when I'm sleeping.
We were out on the Billycock 2 last night, conducting port inspections with Captain Flemington, and a pirate schooner chased us, flared us, and proceeded to fire on us before realizing we were a Navy vessel.
I must say the pirates must have a very terrible life if they don't see the cannons on the deck. By the way.
We were able to get off a
Cannons,
full
they
broadside.
must have a terrible life. They don't see the sail.
I think there was something in all of our eyes as the black sails of their own vessel didn't come into vision until they were nearly on top of.
Drake, do you want to take the helm?
Sir, I can.
To get you experience, etc. So I'll just take it over if we encounter any situations. Not sure if this will work. Where's it going to throw that? Right behind the sails, is it? No. What's there? You get it? Okay, good. Back up that way. Where's that going? Up behind his sails. Come on. At least this sector's quietened down from last week.
Oh no, it's just as bad, if not worse.
Is it? I thought most of the
When was the last time you were around?
yesterday.
We're still getting reports of piracy in our
What?
report.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yes.
We lost a ship in C2 last night.
Oh yeah, the outer reaches. Well, not the outer reaches, but
No. C2.
the outer grid. Yeah.
No, C2.
From ours.
Grid next to us.
Yeah. Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. it's
Outside of
that's not
B2.
outreaches, that's just a normal grid with pirates in it.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So that one was lost to some different pirates, not Black Crows, for once. And then just general, piracy, intruders.
Right on the doorstep.
They're always coming in, pirating our Freeport people, and then when people come and report it, by the time we get a ship out, they're already gone.
Of course.
I feel like we need a Navy ship stationed at the Freeport or something.
Can you hear us up in that crow's nest? No need to shout. Crow's nest, can you hear me?
You need to
You're
yell.
shouting up there.
Hi,
Yeah.
Captain.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, just make sure you shout. Don't fall asleep up there either.
Never,
Well, that's another
Captain.
thing.
Beautiful up here.
I would say just before engage, make sure you jump off the helm and move around a little bit, sir. Captain Duncan fell asleep during the combat last night.
Really?
He was on the helm too long.
Oh dear. That's not too clever, is it? Put that down there. I can go. I can go. Get my bucket. Where did I put the bucket? What's that?
I'll be in my head a moment, Mr. Sawyer.
Aye, take your time.
And how are you doing, Mr. Sawyer? Are you okay? You keeping busy?
Yeah, the workplace is always busy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you want to see what the Captain Duncan made for me?
Oh. It's not going to make my eyes bleed, is it?
No, it is what is to my work.
Yes, Duncan is very good with his tattoos.
He made me the cannon smith tattoo to my back.
Yeah, very impressive. He's done a good job there.
He did a very good one. Everybody liked it in the workshop. And the other crafter got also the one bear. Looked like a Celtic one. But yeah, it's very sad because I have these things on my shoulder that blocking half of my tattoo.
Hmm. Who here has a rifle with them?
I.
Okay.
Yes, we have arrived.
I'm not sure if you've noticed, but at the front door, you can actually get to the bow as a sniper position. You should be in line with a top of a brigantine. So if you want to take some sniper shots under cover, have a look. Familiarize yourself. It may come in handy. It's on the same on both sides. So yeah, if you go through the door, and then on the port and starboard side there, you should be able to just walk through. It's quite tight, but the lower ends, you can certainly poke your rifle over the edge and give yourself a bit of protection. You know, if you want to take out interns or anything of heightened. Did we put coal into both heaters?
I put 50 into the top one.
Okay, can somebody just confirm?
Stuff in it when I looked in it.
Okay.
They don't have any cannonballs in them, I don't think. I'll double check that.
Yeah. Do I add it into weight or sturdiness? Resistance? I'm trying to decide if I should update the logbook with a bit more weight or not.
125 coal in the gun deck heater. Would you like cannonballs in there?
Yes, you could do top and bottom. If you put 25, oh sorry, 24 in the top, keep it a round number.
Aye.
And then
Alright, well,
double blow.
But we're going to the C2.
Yep.
So that patrol route, apparently we're going C2D2. Here we go.
I think it's a bit early for Black Rose though, isn't it?
Nope, honestly, they operate at all fucking hours.
The multiple captains then.
That, they don't fucking sleep. Mr. Jake, I believe you're meant to say something.
Oh yes, prepare for Shima.
There you go.
Prepare to simmer.
Well, see what's on the other side. Okay, everybody, keep their eyes peeled.
Where are we goddamning it?
There's the starboard side.
Yep, this is sister ship.
Oh, you know, just becoming 5,000 years old. Nothing too serious.
That keeps happening when we cross into this grid. Seems like certain grids have a certain age to them.
Yes, you're not 5,000 years old. You're not coming in.
I've got 24 cannonballs in the top heater. How many did you want in the bottom one, sir?
How many we got in total? We should have like 500, do we not?
Aye.
Yeah, so I don't know what. 60. 60 below.
We added more cannonballs also.
Some music.
Alright, 60 in the bottom heater.
Excellent, thank you all.
It feels so weird because always when I hear about the pirate battles, it always happened in our nearby crates. Then, so I believe that the Royal Navy has not gone that far away from our home crate at all.
Definitely don't get to the southern regions, that's for sure.
We do not.
I feel bad for those people who are living there.
Could get there though. It's not
Well, you say that, but every single time we go down there, we get jumped by pirates.
We saying the Royal Navy is shy.
No, it's not that. It's literally just a case of we are having to continuously do these patrols because Black Rose keep on doing piracy in about 50 different grids.
Quite impressive for a
No,
quite a small,
They legitimately do not sleep.
just round the clock.
They're a large company or they don't sleep.
What seems like a sloop or a brig, I can't tell from this distance yet. Leaving the island to our starboard bow. Starboard with us.
One of the small islands. But yeah, because we have, yeah, we've had pirating in A, B, C, D, and F grids, and G grids as well. Actually, they've pirated pretty much every single fucking grid at this point.
I'm really sure it's all from the same group.
Yep.
Not-
It's usually the same people. It's usually either Captain Zero, or the Shadowfang, or the Fiend, or Miss Zero. They're not shy. They will announce who they are.
They want everyone to know. I think they want that infamy status.
They already have it.
They already have it? Okay.
Yeah.
If we do capture anybody, I'm sure you've noticed there's a brig in the captain's office. Just shove them in there and shut the door.
Oh, if we capture any Black Rose people, yes, they'll go right into the prison.
Did we get to hang them?
Have to wait for hours.
That is a very interesting island to live.
Don't fancy being in a wooden hut on a
One of these
stormy
ones
day.
actually has a large structure on top of the mountain on these islands. I'm not sure if it's this one or the ones to our right.
Well, not this one, because the other one have nothing that only
We're not close enough to see it, I don't think. The peak of the tallest mountain on the the tallest rock.
Is that one loaded as well? Yep.
Right.
Okay, excellent.
I wasn't sure what you wanted on
Or
these,
you-
whether it was a bar shot or cannon.
Yeah, were you loading a particular type in there?
Just normal, medium. Yeah, generally I start off just with just some mediums, normal bull, and then see what the situation goes, and then I'll make a decision whether to move on to bar shot or this new exploding sticky bomb
Or a flame shot.
or flame shot. Yeah.
If you haven't fought these pirates, so the schooner is one to be aware of. It's got rear cannons that like to shoot bar shot if it gets in front of you.
It does what? Sorry.
Rear cannons with bar shot. They like to get in front of you and take out your sail.
Oh, okay. I was speaking to a sailor yesterday who was in one of the battles, and not sure if he relayed the information, but what he was saying is he noticed that schooner was actually supplying the brigantines. There's a few times it peeled off to go up next to one of the brigs to offload new stuff, so it's probably like planks or, I don't know. But take the schooner out, make life a little bit easier, I think.
Problem is the schooner is faster than the brigs. We need a schooner on schooner to do that.
For distractions.
And resupply.
Yep.
Can anyone do the summer rain dance so we can get some winds?
Navy wins, it's never with us.
Yep.
Just so you're aware as well, this excursion will probably won't be much more than kind of 2 hours.
Yeah,
Captain Sharp and myself have other duties later on, so it's not going to be 4 hours. So
I understand. I also have my things as well, and also have a very big nightmare coming up later on. Well, I can need to sleep, get proper sleep, and then come to that nightmare after my morning breakfast.
Captain Flemington told us our trip would only be about 3 hours. Turned into 6.
oh my god. That's
We went to the
Typical Navy
outer
3 hours.
We went to the outer reaches and got caught in a mythos storm.
Oh no.
Great deployment.
Did you survive?
Aye, we did.
We did.
Did you just make it out of the grid, or did you just last out the storm?
No, every grid had the mythos.
So you just lasted the storm out.
Aye.
Alright, that's good to know.
Yeah, I think you just hold on to the deck. Right.
Was it Duncan's ship that got sunken? Yeah, it was Duncan.
Aye.
We haven't experienced a mythos storm since Duncan's ship that he lost in it. No one's been doing the game to go back into the grids.
I remember the Master Blackwater told me that Captain Duncan have lost 4 ships already.
Yeah, he's had a run of bad luck.
But
He came home with his ship yesterday. He was very happy. He came home with his ship.
Yippee!
Is that the Iroquois?
Yes. Apparently, going back to the native names is a good luck for him.
See how long that lasts. Hopefully a while.
Hopefully, very long time. He needs that.
I just need some aging on the plane.
But think about sooner or later when we are going to see the very better blueprints in the water, all these ships here are going to be little bit useless because every plank and cannon need going to be refit the ship.
Now we don't have to worry about that for a while.
Everybody make sure you're on top of your food and drink, okay? Just in case it starts all of a sudden. You won't get hungry. How are you doing, Ironside?
Smythe, can you hear me all right?
If you shout.
If we need to retreat, fire blue followed by red flare.
Blue and then a red, okay?
Blue and a red for
Also,
retreat.
We're taking no chance. If it looks not
Yeah,
good,
we got a brigantine
then,
on port side.
Go ahead, Secretary.
if it doesn't look good, I would rather retreat and come back with full force than losing another ship.
No, agreed.
And losing, more importantly, lives. So.
Yep.
One day a
Let's,
schooner will last more than one fight.
Alright, let's do it with patience and carefulness, and also do not go after the schooner. They seem to be using that as bait at all times. From what we know, the schooner only has aft blasters, so as long as you stay away from his aft, you should be fine.
Very good, sir.
Where's the brigantine?
Let me take a look.
One vessel coming from the port side.
Which direction?
Port side around the 11 o'clock. Or was it at 10 o'clock? It seems that the ship disappeared from my view now.
Hate these stars just on the horizon. Look at them quickly and think, flare.
Very bright ones, right?
Also, if you go to battle stations, if you pass a water barrel with the lid on, make sure you take the lid off as you go past it. So it doesn't matter who it is. If you go to battle stations, take the lid off. Okay? That'll just speed things up.
I'll be responsible for the one on the top decks.
Okay, thank you.
Smythe, I'm tacking port side. Be careful.
Okay, it's Drake on the helm. So if it goes wrong, blame her. No pressure. It's coming right round.
Help me, tip me. Okay.
Hello, goodbye.
Oh dear.
You know what, I'll just use this. I'll turn that way. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. This is fine.
Just do that turn break, you know? Yeah, generally what I do if someone says that is slow right down and fall in behind.
Right.
Even if you have to come for a stop. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, I saw you wanted rain, did you not?
Now we're freezing.
I was hungry.
There's a furnace below if anyone starts getting super cold.
Ah, the finally the star.
I hate you.
I'm gonna top off this water barrel up here while it's raining.
Well,
Excellent.
I can't see anything up there with the rain.
It's the perfect time for searchlights.
Drake, if you want the front ones on, that's up to you.
It's fine. Don't even really need them. Yeah, the glowing ass of the ship in front of us is more than enough light.
I personally enjoy a decorative aft.
Some of the lanterns are way too glow. It just it's hard to see.
Yeah, some of them are way too bright.
Secretary, do you think there's any opportunity, do you think, to get these Black Crows to stop for a conversation once? And oh, you think that it's always going to be straight in?
Yeah.
They don't even talk to the neighbours in their own grid, sir.
They've actually, the neighbours in their grid tried to talk to them and they were threatened with death, and pretty much whenever they leave the airport they are almost automatically pirated every single time.
Oh god. Okay.
Because they can see when they're leaving the port from the airport.
Wow, that's a little aggressive.
Yeah, well, that's been happening continuously. Some people have been getting robbed every single time they leave their port. Some people have been raided multiple times in one day by the same people. Put it this way, I have spoken to a Black Rose member once when I was technically semi-undercover, but not really, because I didn't go completely full clandestine undercover, when I went to scout out D2 at a ramshackle sloop. That was not fun, I can tell you that much.
Question, do we know the name of their ships, or a couple of them?
Shadowfang, Fiend, Apex, a couple more of them. Carnation, Blooming Azula.
No.
I
No.
think the
little-
Carnation and the Tulip are their white-sailed schooners.
Yes.
No Little Ripper or
Little Ripper
Bone-
and
Bone Crusher.
Bonebreaker belong to another
Bone
pirate group somewhere down the A grids.
Oh.
Yeah, we chased those pirates yesterday into Delta 2. If they were part of Black Rose, they would have headed for Black Rose Port. Instead, they fled to D3.
They're not. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
I just
This
really
week,
want
you
to
can
take
adjust your
a.
sails a bit, right?
Yep.
Is it just me, or do the sails look a little awkward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It keeps happening. I don't. I'm having some
Alright.
issues today.
Hey,
Ignore
you
the
know what?
jingle.
As long as they're grabbing the wind and pulling us, it's
Usually it only happens when there's someone on the podium, but I don't know what's going on today. They came to a full stop. Overboard, maybe?
All okay?
Lancer, we're just moving one of our sailors into the cabin. She fell asleep on the deck, and we. make sure
Okay.
she's safely.
No problem. Just mind that Spanish on your starboard.
Aye, thank you.
Well, we're not supposed to touch sleeping people on the ships. It tends to cause issues with them waking back up.
I think that's already the case for her, so we might have to give her the one too good night to help her out.
Other ship, you might want to move quickly. There's a Spanish galleon about to fire on you.
Galleon?
The brig's
Brigantine. It was right there, to be fair. I just got the ship type wrong. You know what? I'm suddenly realizing I am very cold.
Yes. It's very cold in this group when it rains.
I'm going to turn on the actual heater.
I'm going to say stick the heater on, and if you're feeling cold, just warm yourself up, even if it's just a little bit. Get maximum warmth. Jake, I'm just down below just for a moment.
Very good, sir.
Hypothermia coming on.
Hi there.
Yeah.
Odd. And I'm too hot.
Great.
You don't want to stand too close to the heat.
Is that one?
Good portion of.
I was gonna say I went. Nothing. Just standing up.
You're pretty close to it. It's below us, I believe.
Ah, yeah.
At least you get a bit of the warmth of the heater up here. Make life a little bit easier. Hopefully not getting too much smoke in your eyes, Drake.
Oh, good, sir.
Should have put the large chimney on, maybe.
It's on already.
Smoke.
Yeah, that's what that is. The wee pipe sticking at the stairs here.
Aye. It was between that one or a stupidly big one. Looked a bit odd with a big one, but yeah. Smell of burning wood's not a bad smell. Unless it's your ship, of course.
Hi.
I got 62 fortitude and I was still
Good
freaking...
fire when it's not my own ship that's burning. Engage in combat, our sister ship's gonna need to make sure they beat the fight near us. It's maybe a problem. Us being so slow.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to try and keep together as much as we can. So what goes wrong otherwise? Get split up. It'll be a 2-on-1. Secretary, have you got a cannon position or
top deck.
obviously, okay. Obviously, bear your safety in mind, sir. More from sniper fire than anything else.
Don't worry, Captain Smythe. I am very resourceful. I assure you. Trust me. This is don't worry. I have my anti-sinking initiative.
Ah, excellent.
Well, my
Sounds good.
anti-sinking kit.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, I think it'll work.
Okay, we're just approaching the eastern shimmer of C2. Keep getting little headaches.
Out here for us to get headaches off of. Would love to drive Black Rose out of Delta 2 though.
He's going to take a few attempts, even after the first kind of win.
We've had a bunch of draws, but we are really looking for that first major win.
I think they may see it as a win when they think something about.
Well, they sunk 2 of our ships.
Yes.
Well, actually, wait, no, they've actually sunk
2. Oh, 3, isn't it?
3.
Brace for
Actually,
Shimmer.
no, 4. They took off limited as well.
Hope we don't land on top of them. Not sure if that's a thing anymore.
It's intercept? Probably not gonna be.
That ship is going south.
Fucking catch that.
It's going against the wind, or maybe slightly with it.
It would be really. Doesn't help the fact that our sails, our wind is fucking awful. As usual, every time we're in this grid.
Yep. Wouldn't be their normal style to be out alone though.
Do with the ship leveling up again. Just keep your distance like this, gap-wise. Obviously, if we fall back a bit, then that's fine, but don't drift off too far. So we'll have to make that back up. Yeah, for what's been going on, it seems very quiet to me. I don't like it.
Could already be out in some other grid pirate.
That's one of their fucking ships. He's fucking turning left. He's fucking turning left. He's going right for their fucking port. That's their island right there. He's going for their port.
No, that's not their island, sir.
Yeah, it's the one right on our left.
No, that's the north western island. Theirs is the central island.
Disregard.
Maybe moved.
No, they're still there. Put seaboard and harbour cannons on it now.
Oh, God's sake.
This is on top of the pineapple, and on top of the 3 puckle towers, and everything else. Oh, have you not seen the pineapple, sir?
No.
So imagine a pineapple, okay? Now imagine a pineapple-like tower.
Okay.
Then imagine over 30 instead of, you know, the bits of, like, the prickly bits on the pineapple.
Uh-huh.
Imagine 30 plus heavy cannons.
Oh, for God's sake.
Manned by interns.
It cost them a fortune. Just still at the pirating all the time, no one got the money. It's like a sloop or a raft. Just to the left of that island. On the shore. Everybody good for food and drink?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, excellent.
What? They continued on, they didn't stop at this island. They're trying to get away from us, they probably think we're pirates.
Yeah.
Can't say I blame them in this.
If we're near their island, then yeah, certainly keep an eye out for flares or anything like that. And anything like that being other flares, of course, because I don't think there's anything else they could use.
Looks like we've got.
Don't forget to use your outside voice if you're speaking. Oh. Oh, someone asleep. Okay, yeah.
Just don't touch them. Cause issues with them waking up.
You might break.
Aye.
Oh, they actually may be heading to Black Rose's Island. Yeah, they're heading to that central island.
Okay, he's doing a hard port.
I would wager once they make it to their island that they'll come out in 4.
Yeah.
Oh, where did they turn?
We actually have 2 sleepers. I just noticed.
Okay, do you know what cannons they were on? Everybody go to their positions, please. so we can see where the holes are?
Brigantine coming, Brigantine ahead. I'm not sure if it's the same one.
Yeah, it's the same one.
He's back up, sir.
Okay, that one's there. Okay, so it is going towards the island now.
Okay, who's on the lower gun deck? What cannons do we... Oh, they're both awake now. Okay, so we should be good. Okay. Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, hello, Galleon.
You can come back up.
It's the orange one. I think they've changed course again. Every time we turn towards them, they turn away. I think they're just trying to avoid us. They may think we're pirates.
There's a brigantine just off the bow as well. Is that the one you was on about? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one we've been chasing.
Is it maybe just one of their civilian ships?
Keep an eye on that island, someone though. That's Black Rose's Island on the port starboard bow. Actually, I think their base on this side, isn't it?
The bay faces southwest.
Yeah, it's this side.
Got pulled over by these guys at 4 a.m. before I joined the Navy.
Sorry, that was that. Sorry.
Got pulled over by Black Rose at 4 a.m. before I joined the Navy.
Oh God. Well, experience.
My own business. They were.
Good experience.
Alright. I just wanted to go to sleep.
I know it's rude and terrible that people do that.
Gosh,
just
I felt
because they want to stay awake.
Oh, our crow's nest fell asleep as well. Good to see you back awake there.
Oh boy,
welcome back.
That was a scary sleep.
The main thing is you're alive.
Yeah, it's as if the my brain networks just suddenly unplugged themselves for some reason.
That's not good.
Yeah. Okay, my pockets are still my pockets. All right. Well, now that I'm done metaphorically shitting myself.
Are you sure it's just metaphorically? Do you need to go and check?
You know, if I had lost my key, I probably, well, I could just break the door down. I guess. It'd be of a turtle tail, and then I'll be fine.
If you break the door down, then you'll get in trouble for breaking the door, and then everyone's key has to be replaced.
Wait, if I break my own door for which I have a key of my own.
You have a personal room? Excuse me?
Yeah.
Capos?
No, row house.
Capos?
Row house. Cap row house.
Yeah.
Hey. That's where I keep all my personal journal entries about you, Raven.
Oh my.
You keep journal entries about me. I'm a little concerned now.
At least he's honest.
I'm sorry, buddy. I don't swing that way. Find a new interest.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, you know I'm joking. Did you say that we had some spare grapple hooks somewhere?
Emergency ones, yes,
Every
for
extra
people lose
one.
equipment.
Do you have an extra one? I don't need it yet. Just I can probably use it a few more times. I just
Alright, because you're grappling up there.
yeah.
Might as well just take it.
Oh, thank you.
Mine's still full, so.
The island to our left is their island, so keep an eye on it.
All right, let me go.
Throwing.
Speaking of which, let me go back up.
I haven't seen any movement.
No.
I think that's that brig off the right of the island. We appear to be heading possibly south.
Always get nervous climbing up. How sad is that? Get nervous climbing a computer game. Maybe they're in southern waters or something. So now I've got to get back first. Far off from What do you think, Drake, for the logbook next time? You think it's worth adding into weight? Or just go resistance?
Have you put into weight already? Oh, you haven't.
No. Let's go in resistance, obviously, because yeah, we seem to be losing tanks quite easily, but obviously need to be conscious of damage as well. But obviously it's a bit slow, isn't it? I'm not sure if the weight's going to make a lot of difference, but having that.
These seasons, weight is incredibly important.
Sorry?
Yeah, I just don't know whether it would make
Weight
much of a
is very
difference.
important because
There's
not
a
only
certain
does
percentage. There are certain
Go
percentages
ahead.
you have to be under. There are certain points where weight takes effect, doesn't.
Yeah, but the thing about weight is not only does it increase how much you can carry, it also reduces the effect the weight has on your speed.
Yeah.
On these seas, I'm sure you're going to see a lot more people converting their ships to more weight.
Yes, especially with how heavy things are.
Well, it's unlikely I'll put a trade sale. I did have a trade sale on yesterday. Well, This is the first time I've been out on the ship with 2 combats, and it certainly turns a lot better. So, you know, the weight is what we've got. It's not going to hurt, is it? Putting some into weight, I guess. But
How much weight it does. Still only like 300 or something?
I don't know. That's the other thing, isn't it?
Somewhere around 300.
600.
$600 is not a bad increase, is it?
Be a couple points into it.
No, it's heavies, isn't it? More than, obviously. More than the weight of the heavies,
If you're
so...
definitely set on using the heavies, then I would say more weight.
Well, I don't know.
You know,
That's the thing.
up to maybe changing it, then yeah.
I was hoping to get some Spanish sunk today to test them out, to make that final decision, but...
I think a lot of people aren't experienced with heavies either, so you would have to use inter and
Yeah.
they're still pretty
That's...
slow to fire. But heavies will definitely send a ship away from a broadside on broadside with you, because that'll strip a plank if they get too close.
Hmm. That was my thinking.
Which will be good for, you know, maybe I don't want to board that ship so fast. Which Black Rose does excel at boarding and melee combat. Is how they've sunk most of our ships, isn't it?
Just the Cold Heart, I think.
Just the Cold Heart?
Alright.
Just need to keep those sails repaired. Keep moving. It makes it hard for them, but... We should have enough cannons to keep them away.
Yeah, when I boarded the Cold Heart, that was a bad situation.
Yes, you said a ship on either side and like 5 or 6 people freaking boarded you. Captain was surrounded. Apparently he got shot before too, so he wasn't even on the helm when they boarded.
They dropped a fireball off. They dropped a fire shot on his helm. He fell, and Tempest took over, and they boarded, and they slashed him until he jumped off. And then I was on top deck alone with them. And we went.
I mean, we got you out of the situation. It was just, you know, too much damage, I think, and too much not.
Wasn't that ship brand new as well?
Yep, pretty much.
As in the first time out, was it? Was it the first time out? Second.
He had taken it out. But, it was like maybe a day old.
Yeah, he spent the entire night before seasoning it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he doesn't get too far in front. Always work on the concept you're only as fast as the slowest ship. So,
I think they've lowered their sails a bit.
oh my god, I hit my mouse buttons on the side of my mouse. It happens. How's that going? Read this curvature, it's like oh, that'll just get my eye in.
They say?
I was just getting my eye on the stars.
Oh, they're planning on shooting these, okay.
Might as
Are you
well.
wanting to engage, sir, or save the cannonballs?
Go on, pull it around, take out the schooner at the back.
Alright.
Let you shout out the
Station?
detail.
Going for the schooner.
Get the doors. Actually, going too far away. You don't want to drift too far away.
It's going away. It's like it's running away. What is this?
You scared him off. Okay, go back towards our. Well,
Aye. Stand
where's he-
out.
Yeah, they're turning away, so yeah, we're going to.
Goddamn cowardly schooner.
Typical.
Typical pirate tactics, actually.
Pirate tactic.
He's been in his waters for too long.
When did you adopt the Black Rose tactic?
There's something,
Why?
something fishy going on here.
I did, sir.
Right.
Yes, to check my mailbox.
Yeah, check. I think they got.
Nice, sir.
What happened with? Oh,
Right, for those of you who arrived late who are midshipmen who applied for officer rank, the first candidates have been picked. When you return to shore, check your mailboxes and a response to your application will be in there.
Ah.
If you do not have anything in your mailbox and you did submit an application, please see Secretary Puffins or Secretary Bose and say, I did submit it, I put it here on this date. I can go from there.
Oh, well, good luck everybody who's applied.
I had to submit it twice because I submitted it and then woke up back where I was writing it.
Yeah, you had that extra long
I
sleep.
had to submit a second time.
Obviously just make sure that it was submitted as error, so because I know there were some issues that night, particular night.
Yes. I think that was after the second issue that we had. I don't think they had a third one.
Prepare for shimmer.
I'm not
Just that we're heading
nervous.
home.
I'm just
Leave,
gonna.
maybe, like, get my age back.
Not nervous.
Don't know what happened to have my map open, going through the shimmer. West 280, so it's 180 south.
Anyway. You might. Not free.
Why Why are you freaking out?
I'm not
What is
down
wrong
here.
with you?
I'm just.
You're watching it wrong way.
Are you freaking out over a
freaking out.
submission?
I'm not freaking out. Why do you keep saying
You
I'm
either
freaking
pass
out?
or you fail. You can
I'm-
always reapply.
Not freaking out. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'm done. I'm good. I'm fine. Ooh, today has been a stressful day.
It's a ittle bitty boat on the port of that starboard of that island. So quiet. Typical.
It's all quiet.
If we see any Spanish fleet on the way back in B2, we'll have a go. If they're kind of not off path too much.
Is that a ship ahead of us or the island?
Going up
There
the
is-
tank out. Check it out.
There is a small vessel out there on the port side, just off the island.
No, directly ahead of us off the slightly starboard, but mostly directly ahead. There's something out there. I think it's a ship.
Well, it's at a third, which is very impressive.
Are you gentlemen doing up here okay?
Yeah, just fine, sir.
Yeah, it's a bit uneventful at the moment, but never can tell when things going to happen.
Oh yeah, it
sir.
tends to be like that sometimes on patrols.
Don't know if you heard, I said if we get the opportunity to see some Spanish fleet out there on the way back in our sector, we'll try and get a couple of cannon shots on for you. At least give you something to say you've done. So Drake, how many times have you taken any ships out on your own yet, or? Oh, I don't think you're allowed to yet, are you?
We're not allowed to.
Yeah.
No, we're not allowed to.
I assume you've taken the helm a few times, have you?
Helmed the ship a few times. I did it once for
Seems that
Captain
brig
Cleves
is,
and a
headed
couple times
north.
for Lieutenant Silver Meadows. I participated in the war games on the helm.
Okay.
I've had training before as well, back home in London and such, but
Mm-hmm.
most of it's all been training and war games, nothing, no actual combat, not on the helm anyway.
It will come. Remember my first time was thrown in the deep end.
Hey,
Don't call it out if they're going for it. Watch where they're going as well. Go and turn into them. Watch your starboard.
I'm not sure where they're going. Yeah, I was just trying to get as
False
close
alarm.
as
False
they were
alarm
talking.
overboard.
Overboard.
No problem.
Well, they're definitely going for it.
Oh, go on then.
Stations.
I'll do your heavies for you.
You take a pot shot at this brig. Port side.
Just out of range. Oh, never mind. Need to shout, didn't hear you.
Starboard side. port.
Are those larges firing down there? Because they don't seem to be following my command.
That might be me, sir. Sorry.
Oh, are you? No.
Drones are targeting what I was telling them to.
Okay, no problem.
Good job,
So,
man down.
so they're firing for you, yeah?
Yeah, they were definitely firing. Flotsam on the... Oh, but do we want to gather the Flotsam? It's heavy.
We're on our way back.
Mind it broke. Did someone release their grapple? I mean, this large has worked very well, sir.
Well, it seemed to. I've had all combinations over different deployments. I've had all heavies and shotgun and different positions and stuff like that. And yeah, they certainly have the uses. So I've updated.
Seems to be a good number. Like center 2 cannons says larges. It's a really good spot for.
Well, if they don't know your ship and you leave the door shut till the last minute, you get like a schooner that comes in thinking they're being clever. You just blat them with 2 heavies on the. That'll make them think again, hopefully. So, obviously the distance as well. I think it's just from the experience I've had, it's beneficial to have that extra reach. You have more control or more success, I feel, from having them on the port or starboard than having them on the bow or stern. Because you're having to maneuver the ship out of line all the time to actually get the benefit of them.
Either turn into them to get your front cannons or
Brigantine to the starboard.
Still out there. They haven't moved much.
Our larges are a good deterrent to the schooner, though. Forces them to think, forces them to think about what they're doing.
Schooner.
Instead of just dipping down in front of you, they got to think about how they're going to get in front of you.
Alright, some more Spanish. At the moment.
They are starboard side. Oh, sorry, port side. You got. I think they're going to be out.
Station's port side. Never mind. Greedy bastard. Oh, actually, we got. Oh no, that's too far away. Damn it.
Yeah, just stay with the ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a nice galleon off the starboard. Port side. Little schooner. This blood is by a tide, isn't it? Cannoneering practice on these schooners. Pitch the hit. Good job.
Where they are aiming at?
They go for the other bridge.
It's right mouse button, isn't it, to aim?
I think they got it.
Ah,
He's found another one.
there's also a brigantine behind that as well, just on the horizon.
I see that. It's moving pretty quick too. Must be light.
Oh, assuming it's a brigantine.
No, that's a schooner.
Yeah, it's too quick to be a brig.
The way you can tell seems like with the sails in the distance. What was that? The brigs have 3 masts high, schooners have 2 masts high, and a sloop has 1 mast. Station starboard side, they didn't kill us. Turn for me, baby. What the hell is going on with this flotsam? It keeps disappearing.
Oh, I wonder if it's a light. It gets scared and sinks.
Every time I've tried to go for a flotsam, it's just poof.
Yeah, but I seem to remember the lights hitting it, and then it goes poof.
Okay, maybe turn the front lights off then?
Cannonballs.
Might be going for that last known galleon location? Oh no, that was more starboard, wasn't it?
We have 311 cannonballs left.
Okay, thank you all.
And still a load of resources.
Hopefully.
We're a little overstocked. Ah, there's that galleon.
Did you wait to do your sails in the wind for you? Are you happy enough doing it all yourself?
No, I'm good. It's good practice. Station's port side.
Get this brig on the starboard as well. Got another galleon on the starboard.
Another galleon? Oh, that's even redder. Switch to starboard side.
Well, at least we'll get some fun firing at this.
To get this orange one, then go for the red one. Starboard side. Fire when you have the shot.
Excellent
Fire.
maneuvering.
Good job, everybody. Nice shots.
How good is this galleon? I'm gonna go port. Looks like they're gonna be on the. Oh, they're pulling off. Going for the front. Outside station.
Oh, my shit.
It's just a love tap. Besides, it's the only action this ship's ever seen.
That's not actually. I've had black sails. I think it was Black Crows. Rescuing the... yeah, rescuing the Admiral at the weekend.
Fair enough, fair enough.
It was only for like 3 minutes though, but... but it was a rescue mission. We went back again, but there was no one there, was there? So... But yes, this is the most action I've had this deployment.
A little close there. Yep, that was my bad. I thought I'd get you to some practice, person. Oh, we actually lost one?
Yep.
It was leaking. God damn it.
Blank gone. I'm not entirely sure whether it was touched up or not.
Well, shit. No, that flotsam's just disappearing. It's, there's something going on. Sorry, Captain.
It's okay. We'll mark it down.
Come port repaired.
I'll put a few more marks in the note in the ship's logbook and resistance for you.
I'm just...
I don't see a bag there. That's a good intern in the water, though. That's what he's picking up now. Do you want to replace one of your sail interns, sir? Still one in the water here.
We need to.
42.
Can someone get hold of him?
Up even more than that.
Was I think first one to it. Hope he's got a grapple hook. Go around the back.
Actually, we can.
Sails on the port side.
Yes, they were going away from us, sir. I was asking.
Have a nice win.
Alright, which one do you want? Which one do you want rid of?
The weakest one.
Back.
We can take it back with us. We don't need to kill.
Do we not?
I mean,
No.
we're not over capacity on crew.
No, yeah, we'll take it back.
I'll store him, it's fine.
We've got the land defenses that are going to need interns, so.
Why can't I
How many people can we actually take?
We're at capacity now.
Okay.
Just gonna turn that away. Just hide the shame. Best thing about those those galleons, they just freaking target one plank. It's like, I wish I had that sort of firepower.
So you need to trick them, go in like you're going in close, so they fire and then you turn out. So kind of half the range, and you turn out and they land short.
Too close or something.
Yeah, happens.
I think I was trying to avoid the other ship. I can't remember.
Sorry, what was that?
Setting course base.
Understood. Follow you.
What'd they say?
Heading back. Heading back. Heading back. Oh, we've got a sleeper up the back here. Oh, he's awake. And we've got a little schooner behind us by the looks of it.
I'm gonna quickly check on the raft to our starboard.
Yeah, we're checking the raft.
The raft?
The left.
That was moving very quick. It looked like it was moving quicker. No, sloop,
Oh,
sorry.
they're checking it.
It's a,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a raft. I think it genuinely is a raft.
I think it is.
Going to be,
The direction he's heading though, God, he must come from F2.
that could be.
It could be. He's.
I see.
Why you would Why wouldn't you just wake up in V2?
For some reason or another, I could not.
The gun deck is repaired.
Thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
We're trying
Nice and warm.
Ah, it's a floating vessel. Don't know.
Nobody wants to eat.
Good name.
A nice name for the raft.
Yes, what's your raft called? I don't know. What's it called? I don't know. Billy.
We never bring redacted. What's the name of your ship, redacted?
I'm gonna name mine HMS The Redacted. So it's actually the HMS The Redacted.
He's gonna get himself killed by Blackwater.
Well, you know, as soon as the Admiral sees that, he would just sink it.
You're supposed to make friends with the master of the harbor house, not enemy.
Yeah. How do you make enemies with Master Blackwater? This is how you make enemies with the Master Blackwater.
Lose a ship. Name it the Redacted or something other. I cannot hear a single thing from over there.
He's
Yeah, not shouting.
My voice box was a little loud. You guys would tell me, right, to pipe it down, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is it?
Nah,
Don't worry, I always have the same fear. I have
Oh.
a very loud voice.
Double sails on the starboard side on horizon. Well, double sail. As in 2 sails on one ship.
Schooner.
Schooner? Really? Fair enough.
Oh, place your bets.
See how it's got the 2 sail canvases?
That's a brig, isn't it?
That's a brig.
That's a brig. It's got a.
Is there a second one? Oh, there's a second one. There's a schooner in front of it. That is definitely a brig, yes. I thought you were talking about the schooner.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Schooner and a brig to starboard.
Schooner and a brig to starboard.
It'd be really bad if that was pirates if we just used our.
That's a pink sail?
There's another brig there.
Hi, Mum.
We have 197 cannonballs left.
Aye. It's a very pink ship.
But who is that one?
There's still a brig over there on the starboard.
Well, either way.
Oh, second pink sails. Okay, so they must be together. I think they're about to fire on that raft, so I'm just gonna move us out of the way.
What the?
I'm glad that I moved. Who was on that kid? That was disgraceful. Yes, he is a noob.
Seems they press ganged that gentleman on the wreck.
Yes, you will come with us, otherwise we'll shoot the raft anyway. Okay, if you insist.
Wait, this schooner and that live at this island. Okay, the
We
locals
won't
are.
conscript you into the military, however, we will sink your raft.
and then you will sign up for us. To say thank you for sinking your raft.
Exactly.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Raft? No. I'll push up, yes.
Well, one thing to say, he'll never be able to go to the authorities and say we've sunk his ship. Because you say, what's your ship called? He'll say, I don't know. Well, how can we help you then?
Unless he goes, no, it was called the I don't know.
And then I'll pop in through the window. Are you sure it wasn't the I don't know?
God, that is some bright pink sails. Colourful folk, eh?
That's not the Lord's diplomatic ships, is it?
No.
Oh, then no. I think they have
reside on that island.
It's a brigantine on the port side. Depending those waves.
Coming up on our rear too, to the port.
Aye.
Oh, C2's active today.
I think that's a brigantine.
Almost at that 2-hour mark. Minus. That's just good.
You sure? Looked like it had a nose on it.
Had a nose on it, sir?
And there's big pointy things at the front.
Schooners can have the bowsprit.
I've actually seen a schooner with a...
We had them on one of our schooners.
I don't pay much attention. I jump onto a brigantine and go out. Say, unless it goes with me, it's
Like, directly port, yeah, that's definitely a brig.
they keep getting sunk, so don't pay much attention to memorising what ships we have, because they usually change by the time they come back on duty again, so it's like, oh, just give up.
The issue is schooners are very fragile and they sink really fast.
Yes.
If you lose more than like 2 planks, you're gonna need a lot of bucketers.
Bit of a glass
That
cannon.
She will take on water very far. But that brig to our ports head in the same direction. They might be heading Freeport. Or a Navy port. I think another ship just came through the shimmer, maybe?
Okay, watch out for the Spanish. Okay, got 2 Spanish.
3.
2.
2 now. Alright, station. Port side. Never mind.
Oh.
Freaking quick for it. Going for that schooner, or are they just leaving it? They're leaving it.
There is a green flare behind us to the port side.
Where?
I can't see anything this far.
I can't see anything.
No.
It's quite far behind us.
Was it? No. Well spotted.
It might have been at an island, possibly. Maybe someone's docking up, setting up flares.
I do see sails in the fog to our rear port, but I don't know if it was them.
Race with shimmer.
Grace. Typical. No action. Oh.
Hip ahead.
Charcoal.
Probably the same direction earlier, the pink ones.
No, they stopped at the small island.
They look grey, but hard to tell.
They're broken.
They're broken, they need to buy a sail into it.
Sorry, what?
Locked sail. Got a schooner behind it. A fishing net.
Sawyer, did you?
No, I haven't called it.
So, I've been doing some calculations, and I think speed-wise, you're kind of looking between 10 and 12 knots in this wind.
Howdy, fellas.
Howdy. How's it going?
Getting hunted by some pirates. I was stopped, asked if I'd seen some Navy people.
Wait,
Whereabouts?
Search for you.
we'll stop the sails for you.
I just ran into them here in, C3. They stopped me.
Okay, do you know who they were?
Oh, shit, hang on.
The wave.
They didn't give me their names, but I got descriptions of their ships.
Okay, what ships was it?
They got a schooner and one brig. The schooner looks like it pretty much got a house built onto it. Cannons. They headed west into B3. Probably within the last 15 minutes. So you're not that far behind them.
You get any ship name?
I did not get ship names. They parked enough where I couldn't get the names. They just stayed in front of me.
Do you get any sail design on it or anything?
Speed sail, two large speed sails on the brig, and same for the schooner. Can't miss the schooner. Looks like it's traveling out home. Front end.
Any emblems or anything?
No, not
And
non-painted. Ships
Just
are painted.
straight black. Yep.
Yep, straight
The
black
border.
sails.
It's
Paint
me.
was-
Did you see how many people are on board? Roughly? Were they fully crewed or skeleton?
Four on the schooner and at least 5 to 6 on the brig.
B3, how long ago?
They're heading into
minutes.
B3 west. Northern end. Northern top grid.
No.
Say again?
Okay.
15.
Black sail?
Yes.
You're not that far behind them, so I'll let you go.
Okay. Is no other information you can give us? Did they take anything or?
Best I can give you. No, they didn't give me no names or anything like that.
Okay. No, appreciate. What's your name, sir?
Say again?
What's your name?
I apologize. I can't hear you being.
Yeah, sorry. What's your name?
My name's Titus. Titus Roar.
Don't stand on stairways.
And what company are you from?
The Black Cats.
the
Apothecaries.
casino.
Okay. What sector is that? Your home?
B4. Tenrin Island, west side.
Okay, so and your name was Titus. Titus?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Titus.
Titus. Raw, was it? R-O-A-R? Was it Rourke?
Repeat stuff. Say again?
Your surname, was it Rourke or Raw?
Roar. Roar.
As in the lion?
Yes.
Okay.
Not spelled as the same.
Okay, no problem.
R-E-R.
Perfect. Okay, we'll let you get on your way, and we'll catch up with our other ship. Thank you for reporting that, and keep safe.
Will do. I've seen you guys. I figured I'd let you know. But yeah, they are definitely heading west, so you're not far behind.
Yeah, always feel free to stop us, sir. Okay?
Good day.
Stay safe out there.
Say 15 minutes is a long time to make up, to be fair. Especially with wind directions and... Could be anywhere.
Sorry.
At least you know they're out there.
Anyone?
Ship name is Howling Ghost. Everyone needs it for the report.
Yeah,
Send
Howling
an-
Ghost.
Send another patrol out afterwards, straight to B3.
Stop
It's probably the best action.
Looks like it.
So the Black Crows, do they have an all black sail or do they have emblems or?
They have a few things. They sometimes have a ship sail with just a skull in it. Some of their ships have a skeleton hand clutching a rose.
Okay. Excuse me.
So they stopped that gentleman just to specifically ask about us.
Apparently they're spooling for a fight. Maybe it was the people from yesterday that we sent run.
As I said, that's quite likely. If it was just our schooner and our brig, then chances are it would probably the one from last night, which would have been the ones that we think is down in A5.
How do we
Well,
have suddenly more crew?
Someone's on the front, hanging off the front of the.
That's
ship.
Eastern.
Oh, that's.
They got him. Hey, oh, hello.
Oh gosh. Oh
Nothing
gosh.
has ever happened.
Well, I got whiplash.
You know, typically, Secretary, we yell
Nothing has ever
overboard.
happened, let's carry on.
We typically yell overboard, not stop.
Returning your crew.
I appreciate it. We'll train him when we get back home.
I mean,
Black Cats Company.
if I go overboard, you're gonna hit the brakes, right? You're just gonna put your foot out and slow the ship down, make it stop, right?
If you call overboard.
Well, what,
Don't call overboard,
if I say stop, you're not gonna just stop the ship like dead in its track. You can't just do that for me.
No.
Oh man,
No. Oh god, the headache. Oof.
Fine.
so mean.
If you do not call overboard, if you just say stop, we don't know that you've gone into the water. So you could be telling someone to stop punching you or stop pinching or, you know.
Who
We
the
don't know
hell
what you're
is
talking
running
about.
around punching and pinching people?
I don't know. You can be telling someone to stop bugging you. You don't know what you're saying stop for.
Nice. What do you say? 4 to 4.
Maybe I just I see an Ocean Arby's and I just want you to stop for some you know,
some Yarbies.
Food. Yeah, it's like a food joint out at sea.
You know, funny you say that. There is an island that we visited for port inspection that had a Yarbies.
Ah, perfect.
Someone do a favor and go around all the interns that we have just now on the ship and figure out how much silver minimum we need to put into the ship.
Excuse me.
Should only be the 2 sail interns that want to.
No, you forgot both sail interns. Well, both sail interns and 2 cannon interns. 3 cannon interns.
Are the cannon interns threatening as well?
All 3. Well, 3 of them are. 2 in the both of the ones on the starboard side and 1 on the port.
Oh damn it!
Must have just ticked over.
I think it's gonna be lost count.
$38. They're basically all asking for 23 silver, so it's 6 times 23.
I think you have to give it to them directly, don't you? Or will they take it out of the box? They're at this point.
Hey, I did my math correctly. Neat. 138. I'm not sure. I've never dealt with mutes. Outside of, you know, occasionally retiring one. The way that you would normally retire a mute. Lasty and squeezy.
Sure if he's going for the shoot, but I don't really want to go through that tunnel. I think it'd be slower.
I don't blame you.
There's also some shallows too close to that shoreline if he's going around.
Yeah, there's apparently a U-shaped one, so even if you
Yeah, that's why I gave it a wide berth. You see the
Yeah.
buoys.
back it out and you turn and you smash into the other side of it.
Okay, if everyone wants to make sure all cannons are reloaded before you go in, and then see when we restock, we'll make sure we got a full complement.
Hi, Captain.
And
Honestly, I think with the harbour being so busy as it is a trade port, it seems a little weird to come in there full ball in a war bridge. I think the inlet was more for emergencies.
And I will make sure that this ship is not gonna be have any splinter broken.
There is a
at the
shallow
previous
there.
post.
God damn it! Someone needs to mark that.
I thought London was sending the engineers out to fix it.
Well, apparently, they didn't.
They probably drowned on the way out. Yeah, I just go completely wide now. I'm sick of thinking, oh, I'm wide enough. You know, nope. still.
I did go wide. I thought I was wide enough.
Actually, go around the far side of that island.
Small one.
Yeah, the one in front of us. I go on the starboard side of that to come round. You know, so if you take a line from there back.
Spot back there. You just need to put a buoy on top of it, so you know.
Well, actually, there's not. There's others. So I've got stopped in other. Yes.
Yeah, second post and top deck repair, full repair for the top deck.
I'm working on.
I think I see some waters.
So if any of you didn't know, hiding your hat and putting it back on will take away your gray hair if you're not old anymore.
Yes. Only if you don't have the granny pants.
Yeah,
Oh God. I feel like I'm 74. Is that old?
Not compared to the age that you can get in these seas, sir.
Yes. Well.
I think someone was like 20,000 years old once.
Oh God. Well, harbour walls. Forgot about those.
The mortar tower kind of like, you know, gives you an idea of where the entryway is, which is nice.
Hmm.
Seems to not be working for me.
He's maybe born with grey hair.
What was it?
Maybe he was born. You're not born with grey hair.
No, I don't have a problem with grey hair. I mean, having it.
That's character.
Eventually I'll just pass out and wake back up and have
back
my
normal.
natural locks again. Naturally colored blocks, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they were making a report at the trade, that's why they went in trade. Ooh, headache. Fun.
Okay, let's see if you can get this in without scratching this or anyone's. And say you don't scratch the Admiral's boat.
The headaches would be nice. And stop.
Well, unfortunately, today wasn't our day for some pirate action, but anyone here wanting to go out again after this?
Oh, there will certainly be, I know there'll be patrols going out there tonight, and of course, tomorrow's Friday, so always patrols on Friday.
I think B3's a prime target.
Well, B3, D2, there's a lot of prime targets. I'm almost certain that we'll be going out tonight.
Well, you say that. We went to the potential prime target. There's nothing there. I think
Well, that's
pesky
because they're
pirates.
either already out or in their port. Permission to disembark, sir?
Yes, thank you for accompanying. It's a pleasure.
And we... fucked it.
Oh, God. I was just going to say, maybe just wait a little bit longer.
Never.
Better luck next time, sir. Okay, bosun, give a shout out once you know what you want, and we'll get those bits and pieces for you.
With permission, I'll check
Someone
the
can
ammo.
already go to take cannonballs.
Yeah, just let the bosun know you're checking those.
One person count down to those cannonballs and go to grab them. Need have 500 cannonballs.
I think there's
mediums.
Yeah, I think there's a ticket inside the box of
304. Marcel, you want to split those up? 150, 154?
Well, I can't carry anything, but I will help carry them.
Oh, okay.
Can someone take that cannon back as well? It's in the storage box.
That's it.
Thank you.
Both of them or just the one?
Just both of them. Yeah, we don't carry spare cannons.
Yeah, I got them.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
We're going to larges as well if somebody wants to get the count and grab them.
We're getting the cannonballs. We'll be back.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Nope.
You know, I feel like these natural bursts could have been a little shorter. They didn't need to be quite so long.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Gonna dump these cannons.
I could have probably about had half of it. It would have been good.
I guess it just gives that full protection and more open waters.
Rifle repair. Starting.
Let me the way.
Gotta get some dye to paint that plank.
There's 2 planks. There was one from before we disembarked as well.
Well, that's not my fault.
I know it's not your fault.
I didn't lose that one.
Under that.
Can't put that on me.
Cannon. We've already done up here.
Oh, actually, we need to go get a replacement gun port.
Why am I trying?
Oops. Any resources on you? Come on there. That one was okay.
Ship. Captain, sir, are you able to go and get a replacement gun port? Apparently they have decided to lock the boxes so we do not have key.
Oh, okay. Yep, I can go do that. Leave you to supervise the completion.
Oh, I believe that's part of their new procedure that they want for repairs, is that the captain, lieutenant, and primary boatswain are the ones that are responsible for restock and repair.
But the lieutenant and primary bosun are not necessarily high rank, so...
I agree.
Open. Ugh.
I don't know, some woman in water.
Oh my god. Just one gun port, yeah.
Aye, so that's the only one we lost.
We?
I lost. Oh, they've locked everything, okay. Fine, then we just won't freaking get any flint. Can't repeat
No.
your head, so...
I tell you what I need to do. Raven,
Yes, sir?
on the notice board, there's a works list for the harbour staff. They check that and they'll do it. So we need to just put a note on there what we've done to the ship, so repairs and restocking. So just put a note. Have you seen it?
With respect, that doesn't really work in a quick
Well,
repair if you were going to be going back out.
Well, there's nothing I can do. It's
Yeah.
something I'll bring up with
You can't access it?
I can't access it. No, it's all locked.
Oh.
Maybe an oversight. Maybe.
Apparently, there's an intern under the dock.
Yeah. So that little note, just change it to an exclamation mark. Well, you probably know that anyway. You just pop it on there, and I'll have a word with the secretaries and see if that can be adjusted. But if that's the way they want to do it, yeah. Going to cause problems if you have to go out quickly.
Yeah, it's going to cause problems. That'll be the concern.
But if it's on there at least, that's all we can do.
You have, Captain, you have 20 spike shots. Did you want any more, or just leave?
No, 20's fine. To be honest, you don't get a lot of those off anyway, so 20's more than enough.
I just remembered before we left there was some discussion about it, so I wanted to double check.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, we can leave them on. I wasn't going to take any, didn't even know we had any. But we'll leave them on.
Focus.
Is Sawyer got everything he needs to
I was gonna double check. I think I just heard him, but let me. Any?
Yeah, right. I think that the.
pick
That
read.
didn't change. Its stamp's not changing.
3 months later.
And
Oh, there it goes.
Read.
Drop it. There. Oh, you're really going all the way back. Damn. Alright.
Do we need flint?
Oh yeah. Why don't you just get one?
I will. Never normally like.
Alright.
Ready
Was
for
there anything else
resources?
that couldn't be repaired for lack of resources?
The heater in the top deck.
Spotlights as well.
Yeah, we don't have access to the resources at the moment, so it'll have to wait.
God damn it.
I just put a note on the bulletin there.
The other resource box. But I can open this chest.
Read.
Which chest?
Yeah, in this one.
Excuse me.
Lower deck repaired.
I.
Oh.
Can you put?
Chests and everything pretty much in the harbour house has been locked, so we cannot access them to get the flint at the moment for repairing the heater. We also can't get the replacement gun port.
No, I'll return to double check on everything, but all this rain is making my brain.
Or the
No.
gold, actually, so...
I appreciate your assistance.
Hi, Captain, and
see you soon.
I can do the list for resources now.
Yeah, do it.
800 wood and 1,000 that.
I'll get the 800 wood.
Sawyer, you needing anyone else? You got it handled?
Yes, sir. We got this handled.
Okay.
44
Okay.
alloy.
Do you want to? Sorry, what's your name? Sorry, rude of me.
So, Sailor Molasses, sir.
How are you doing? No, appreciate you coming along. Apologies, it was a little laborious, but the way it goes, unfortunately. Yeah, you're free to go.
Anytime we can get information about pirates and make sure that
metal.
they're not harming the civilians is a good trip, sir.
That's it. I've noted it down, so I've got my log and that'll go to operations. So the secretaries were there, so they've obviously heard it firsthand. Excellent. You have a good evening.
Sir.
And you. And see you soon.
100 alloy also.
Hi.
Have a good evening.
Hi, Captain Smith. Could I have a word with you after we do the resources, if you're not in a hurry?
Can you have a word now? Because yeah, it's getting quite late. I've got nightmares coming up, so can you have a word now? Yeah.
Just a quick one. Would you be willing to, what would it be, endorse me for the midshipmate? I had Captain Flemington do it, but I believe there's some back, what would it be? The exterior paperwork that he hasn't signed off.
Ah, okay. What am I endorsing you for?
Midshipmate.
Okay. Do you have a book or anything?
I don't have a book, no. They didn't give a book for that.
Okay.
It's from cadet to sailor that they have the cadet books, but not from sailor to midship.
Okay. Well, I can put a note in my my log. That'll be handing into ops. I'll see the patrol log. So I'll put a mention in there. Is that sufficient?
Aye, thank you, sir.
Yeah. So you're working under who at the minute? Do you have a job at the minute? Are you in the warehouse or harbour master?
I'm about to be hired into the prison under the Warden Strongjaw.
I need one medium gun board.
We can't get you that.
Okay, so he's Strongjaw, your superior, line superior, yeah?
I believe so.
Okay.
So I decided with the...
Yeah, well, so certainly, see, there wasn't a great deal. To be honest with you, that obviously I can put down, but certainly I can put that professionalism and etc. And hopefully that will have some weight. But yeah, that's certainly not a problem if that's sufficient for you.
Aye. This isn't my first voyage as your bosun, but I.
No. But obviously, referring to something, then I can't really predate it, unfortunately. So
understood.
But no, I can certainly put down your conduct and stuff, so which is more than enough, or certainly a lot to go towards that. So yeah, I'll certainly put down in the notes and special mentions, and hopefully that will help towards your promotion for you.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you very much for your assistance. It's always appreciated.
Aye, and thank you for captaining, sir.
Yeah, well, my pleasure. Thank you. How you doing, sir?
50 alloy and 100 iron.
Aye.
Then we are done.
Hello to Ned.
Oh yeah, and we need the gun board, but that need to be reported for the another person to do that. If we have no access to those.
I'm curious as to where the rest of the crew went. We didn't dismiss them, did we?
Yeah, we didn't. I didn't give the order to dismiss.
I did, because they stood around. That's why I asked. I asked Soy if he was okay, and he said yes. So there's no point.
What did you need? 50 alloy, was it?
Thank you, Captain.
Good shout.
I think my second boss will pick them.
Okay.
You can get into resources, yeah? It's just the actual replacement parts you can't.
Yes, it's the warehouse though. We can't get into anything.
Okay.
And the Burks don't stock flint.
Okay, so let's just have to add it to the note.
We can't repair the heater.
Here's 50 alloy and 100 iron. You said.
I am.
Yes. 50 alloy, 100 iron.
I got that.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Alright.
Then we should be fine. Then just one gun port is still missing.
Yeah.
So if you have a moment, can you look over this and tell me whether it's okay for
All right.
a voyage that's
thank
so
you
quiet?
very much, Secretary Bosun. You are dismissed then.
Aye, thank you, shipmate. Fine
Aye,
job.
thank you very much. Thank you for you as well. Good job. I know bloody broken splinter in the top deck at all.
Aye, thank you, sir.
It was quiet. I'm back to stop by schooner called Howling. Oh.
I'm also headed to sleep now, so have a good night.
You as well.
Yeah. The only difference I did with mine was obviously description of the vessel, or vessels, people on board, stuff like that. So there's obviously going to be times where you know that information is said, but you haven't obviously memorized it or whatever. But I've got it in mind. So that obviously 1 and 1 plus 2, so they should be tied together anyway. But yeah, you know, there's no point writing pages and pages of stuff. You got the crew, you got the date, you got the time, where you went.
We have pages and pages of stuff. We didn't have anything happen.
No. Say the only difference I had a couple extra lines, just the description of the schooner and the brigantine, and that was in the company details of the gentleman. So basically track him down again. But no, that's fine.
He didn't stop the brigantine he described.
Sorry.
Do much of a description, did he?
Well, he said also like complete black sails and up to 6 people on board. It's not a lot. It's not a lot of information, but on the off chance that there's a schooner black sail and brigantine black sail, that obviously take the assumption that potentially they're the same one, so it gives you a rough idea that it's not a full crew of 15, 16 people. You know, if it's only 6 on there, then you know, it's just information. You know, it's you know, it may not seem valuable, but
Trying to make a log every time I go out, but I realize if I don't actually show any of the captains the log, I don't know whether I'm doing it appropriately. So I'm gonna try and ask the captains to go over it if they have the time.
give me 1 second. Oh, wrong one. Let's have a quick look at that. There's not much in there because I've not been out, so unfortunately, but it might give you some thoughts in regards to if you're wanting to. That's the book was issued with the index and stuff at the front, also you just fill it out, but content-wise, every captain's different, you know. Some people may think some things are irrelevant. You know, there's some journeys I just don't even bother putting one out there because there's just absolutely nothing happens. So, you know, there's only things worth reporting that actually means something. There's no point saying I went out and didn't see anything. But
I guess as we get more advanced in the line to captaincy, we would get access to templates like that of the other stuff.
yeah, obviously further up in your training as well. Be no doubt that you'll be issued stuff like that anyway. So you'll get that as a, I would think, as a non-captain rank.
Voyage log template. That's all.
Yeah, but there's other ones in there for other types of duties you may carry out. Because I'll see, you know, if the captain's not around, you potentially be called upon to do captain's duty. You know, you don't have to have the uniform on or the rank to do a captain's work. You know, so
We'd be able to find without a captain around. If someone was
if you're acting
caught
captain,
doing something like on the Nope Island or something.
if you're the senior rank, you'll control the ship. Then there's certainly it's within your remit to ensure that the King's law is carried out, you know. But yeah, I think operations will be reviewing and changing things as things move along over the next couple of weeks. So yeah, expect it to be kind of fluid and things changing. It usually does on detachments. But yeah, don't have to worry about the top end too much. But ultimately, you will be taking the ship on your own with a crew to do a job in lack of a captain. So
Eventually.
good luck, and yeah, you did well.
Thank you.
Happy to have you taken the ship. It's
Goddamn
hey,
galleons.
we've all lost planks off our ships before, some stupid reasons, more than others. But yeah, we'll live and learn.
Haven't had that happen in a while though.
Well, yeah, it's it did take a bit of a hammer, but it's down to the bosun. You know, the bosun should be shouting out. That's probably one thing I would suggest as a guidance note. Every captain's different. I'll keep saying that to everyone. You know, some are more vocal than others. But I always like to be vocal in interactions, and certainly with the bosun. If I know I've taken a heavy hit, I'll get the bosun to shout out, you know, how much damage, you know, they think is on, and whether we need to swap sides. Sorry?
With the galleon, that was a full target of a single. Like,
yes, but
that
also,
happens, usually
yeah,
it's gone.
it also took hits prior to that. And you don't know whether the bosun has actually hit those planks to start mending them. So you need to know, you need to use that bosun down there to be your eye, so you can make that judgment call, because the bosun you can't see, you don't know what he has hit, etc. You may assume that it has been mended and it hasn't. It's just that two-way communication. Your bosun and you are always talking. And the other thing as well is with the cannoneers below, if you have multiple targets, you know where you're going. I like to give my cannoneers information up front. So, you know, I'll say what's in front and where I'm going, you know, what direction I'll be coming, so they can prepare. So if they're looking, you know, the cannon aimed towards the back of the ship and the targets come on the front, they're going to take them time to adjust their cannons to prepare, and also things like bar shot and stuff like that where they need to be positioned. Yeah, just keep that going. But no, so that's the way I do it. Whether you want to do the same way is up to you, or not. That's completely your prerogative. But hopefully you'll get to experience time out with different captains.
Sorry.
No. Just finish off. Just say that hopefully you'll get time with different captains, and you'll pick up little bits like I did through my career, and you'll take the good bits from all of them, and that'll make you a far superior captain at the end of the day. But
So, thank you. I appreciate it, and thank you for letting me help too.
Yeah, my pleasure. That's what we're here for. Just one quick one, sir. Whilst Drake is here, she raised a point in regards to repair materials. We cannot pick up anything from the warehouse. We lost a gun port, so we can't go and collect that. It's all the cupboards are locked. I can't get into the cupboards. So if this ship had to go out like now, we can't go because we're down a gun port. So
everything's been locked.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna sort that out. Is there nothing here in the back? Have you checked the back here?
I think there's some resources, but again, it's more the replacement parts and whatnot. So I've not actually checked myself, because I've hidden it away somewhere.
It's just the wood ceilings and stairs and stuff, and the two cannons we pulled off.
All that stuff's from what I was fixing when I was doing the ship up. That's just where I put stuff. So yeah, there isn't anything.
I'm gonna talk to the harbor master. Yeah, thank you very much for the information.
No problem, sir.
Are you planning heading back out, or are you staying?
No, not now. Unfortunately, due to other nightmares. But I'll be back on duty tomorrow for a bit longer.
Sounds
so no, appreciate that. It's good to get out.
All right, yeah. I thought you might be interested. You know.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Apparently, we just must have missed the pirates that went to B3. So.
Yeah, was he saying 15 minutes? But yeah, 15 minutes is a long time with the wind and direction. So.
Well, he did say 15 minutes from when they left him in C3, and they were headed to B3.
So we'll catch up with them. That we know they're there. It's just just finding that right time. So just keep sending them back out, sending us back out, and yeah, hopefully we'll track them down. Excellent.
Right. The idea is to have this every second day into D2 for now. Then like on a 1 day, swap up with the other crew.
Yeah. No, that's that makes sense. Regular patrols, and yeah, just don't give them the breathing space to think they can just rule the waves. No, it's good. Excellent.
I'm gonna figure out what's wrong with the axis.
Yeah, no, it'd be useful because if they are going to lock it, it's one thing. But also, it's bearing in mind that it's not always going to be a captain available to go and take the planks out if that's the way they want to go. If say like Drake is a midship mate, she needs to be able to do it.
Maybe even a case that we've come back to port and you're running off to find more people or another ship while we're restocking to get you back out there. Can't do our job.
Little bit of trust, I would say.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I'm gonna speak to the Halmos, so thank you.
Excellent. Cheers, sir. Thank you very much.
You have a good evening.
And you. Okay, you two good?
Alright, sorry, I was just fixing some stuff up in my journal.
No, that's fine. I just want.
I have a on-sea logbook that I write everything that happens while we're out there, and then I transfer everything to a separate book to keep it.
No, it's probably a good way of doing it. I tend to forget stuff, so yeah, I'm not 100% great at writing reports.
I tend to forget things very quickly, so if I don't write it down straight away, I start to lose information. It's kind of muddled.
Yeah, no.
I forgot to write that stuff about the pirate ships.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Straight away because I was helming.
Yeah, it's easy to forget, and a lot of stuff going on. But how about you, Sailor? You sorted? You got any issues, problems, questions before I go?
No, sir. I'm all good. Thank you, sir.
Excellent. You were wanting to go out again? Oh, summoning bells. There you are. You want to go back out?
To the bell room.
See you later. Yeah.
You as well, sir. Have a good...
Yeah, you have a good evening. I'll see you soon. Right. At least when it's daytime, you can actually see the other end of the tunnel. It's so blooming dark in here. Put that light on. Am I actually moving anywhere? Am I actually stuck on something? No, it's stuck on the wall. You want to get up that hill? Get my pay. Excuse me. Oh. This inventory, take that. Two targets to store. My Run. Go and move those legs. Go and move those legs.
Captain.
How you doing? Keep going.
Good, sir.
Not bad, sir. How are you, sir?
Not bad, not bad. If you're going to Parade Square.
Alright, sir.
God, so many redcoats. Go on.
Just a bit of fines.
How you doing?
Alright, we've got a bunch of redcoats that are no longer allowed to go out on the sea until we get them blue coats, so...
Oh, God. Well, yeah, that's no pressure. Get it done quick.
Yeah,
that's a shame, but it makes sense as cadets. It's still very new to it, so... But anyway, I'll catch up with you, because you're busy, so I'll see you around tomorrow, hopefully.
Oh, that's great. Yep, anytime.
Yep, good to see you, though. Right, let's go to my office. Need a drink. I'm dying of thirst. Door, that one. Healy. Close. See, I don't know how it works with keys. I should have asked. Do that and exit there. Right. Oh, right. It's all go. It's all kind of rushing and front and back and not much in the middle. But it's the way, yeah, it's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. Obviously, as I say, that is me for the night. Thank you very much for hanging out, popping through, chilling, whatever. It's always a pleasure to have you on board, so to speak. I should be back hopefully tomorrow for a bit longer stream, or a bit earlier stream. I'll start and yeah, see what I get up to. But for now, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a good Friday once you get there. If I don't see you tomorrow, hope to see you at some point of the weekend. And yeah, you have fun. Catch you later.